Rubio casts U.S., the child of Europe, as critical friend to allies. Son of Iran's last Shah urges U.S. military intervention in Iran. Modi inaugurates emergency landing facility on Assam Highway near China border. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has called for stronger unity between the United States and Europe, describing America as a child of Europe during a speech at the Munich Security Conference. Rubio aimed to reassure European allies after a year of strained relations, stressing that Washington does not want the transatlantic partnership to end. "For the United States and Europe, we belong together," he said, earning a standing ovation. Despite the supportive tone, the speech included few firm commitments and did not mention Russia, prompting questions about America's future approach to European security and the war in Ukraine. European leaders reacted with cautious optimism. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said she felt reassured, while other officials emphasized that security remains Europe's primary concern. Rubio also warned that the U.S. needs strong allies, stating that a weaker Europe would ultimately weaken America. He called for revitalizing the historic partnership between the two sides. The conference has focused heavily on security challenges and shifting global power dynamics. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz urged Europe to strengthen its defenses, while British Prime Minister Keir Starmer highlighted the need for greater military readiness, saying nations must be prepared to deter aggression and, if necessary, fight. Rubio reaffirmed that the United States remains committed to pursuing peace efforts in Ukraine, though uncertainty remains over Russia's intentions. The overall message from the conference was clear. As global tensions rise, Western allies are placing renewed emphasis on cooperation, defense, and strategic strength. Iranian opposition figure Reza Pahlavi has called on the United States to consider military intervention in Iran, saying it could save lives and potentially accelerate the fall of the country's clerical leadership. Speaking at the Munich Security Conference, the exiled son of Iran's former Shah claimed the government is showing signs of weakening and suggested that an attack could hasten its collapse, allowing citizens to return to the streets in protest. Pahlavi, who has lived outside Iran since the 1979 Islamic Revolution, urged the Trump administration not to prolong nuclear negotiations with Tehran. He argued that continued talks may not produce results and that U.S. intervention could support the Iranian people. Meanwhile, Iranian authorities have carried out mass arrests following last month's deadly crackdown on nationwide protests, which began over economic hardship and quickly spread across the country. Despite Pahlavi's calls, Iran's opposition remains divided and lacks a strong, organized presence inside the country. President Donald Trump has previously questioned how much support Pahlavi truly has among Iranians. The Trump administration is still pursuing diplomacy while building up military forces in the region. U.S. and Iranian officials recently held talks in Oman, with more discussions expected. Trump has described negotiations as difficult and hinted that increasing pressure on Tehran may be necessary. According to U.S. officials, the military is preparing for the possibility of a sustained operation against Iran if the president orders an attack. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has inaugurated a new emergency landing facility built on a national highway in the northeastern state of Assam, near the border with China. Modi arrived at the site aboard an Indian Air Force C-130J aircraft, landing on a 4.2-kilometer concrete stretch in Dibrugarh district. Officials say the facility, the first of its kind in northeast India, is designed to strengthen defense readiness, logistics, and disaster response in the strategically important region. Located less than 300 kilometers from the China border, the highway has been engineered to function as a runway for fighter jets and transport aircraft, enhancing the Air Force's operational flexibility along a sensitive frontier. The multi-purpose strip can support both military and civilian aircraft during emergencies, enabling faster troop movement as well as rapid rescue and relief operations during natural disasters. Officials added that the facility can handle fighter jets weighing up to 40 tons and transport aircraft up to 74 tons. Unlike traditional air bases, highway landing strips are harder to target during conflicts and can provide an element of operational surprise. Following the inauguration, Modi witnessed an aerial display featuring Rafale fighter jets, transport aircraft, helicopters, and demonstrations by elite special forces.